YouTube. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Anonymous Prepper. Welcome to my channel. I know it's been a little while, but you have to forgive me. I'm a very busy man. Got a lot of priorities to take care of with all the craziness going on in the world right now. But this video is a very, very important one. And yeah, preppers will say these are very important videos. This is the one. This is the big one. No, this video is something that is looking highly probable. Not based on, this might happen, this might happen. This one is more highly probable. And I'm the type of prepper, if you followed my other channel, my main channel, which is still in limbo, but you know how I operate. I don't put things out there unless I know they're pretty much for sure. And to clarify, most importantly, this isn't guaranteed yet, but it's looking very, very likely. And if anybody's following a lot of the weather people, not to give plugs, but like Ryan Hall, y'all, and there's a bunch of others out there, very good guys and gals. We got a bad storm system going to be coming through in a couple of days around Christmas. Out in the Midwest, like out by Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, even down to Texas. But up that way, like in Montana, all that for starters. They're talking about temperatures of negative 65 degrees. And here's another example. Down in Florida, 8 degrees in Florida. I have never heard of Florida being that cold. I've seen them be down in the 40s before, but not in my lifetime anyways. We're in some serious trouble here, folks, if this plays out the way it's looking. And there's still some chances it might not. But this is prepping. This is the time to get ahead of the game. This is what I've always done. This is why I started my channels. To stay ahead. Take care of business. Because with this snowstorm coming through, there's a lot going on with this, by the way. You're not going to hear about this on your local weather yet because, I'm sorry, they're not very competent enough to, get on the ball with this. At least give an urgent warning stating this could happen. Take the time right now because this could be bad. If anybody knows about back around August, September, they were talking about our grid having issues, up in the Northeast where I am, going down the coast, down towards Georgia and a couple other places. I can't remember all the specifics off the top of my head, but you get the idea. With these kind of temperatures and also snowfall, they're talking about 2-3 feet of snow in places around the Northeast, out in the Midwest, even down in Texas some spots. But the temperatures are a very critical one though too. Because some of these temperatures, they're going to shut our grid down. If it gets bad enough, and I heard people say down in Texas, it's already been, winterized, whatever. And it doesn't matter if it's winterized. If it's that cold in areas, it's not going to hold. If one place goes down, it's going to be like the domino effect. All these other places are going to go down. So, you got to take the time right now to prioritize. If you got to get stuff done this week for your Christmas shopping, if you got to get stuff done to have some extra food, some extra water, all these things. Having a plan. Are you going to have a warming room? Because if your power goes out and you're caught in a snowstorm, like a lot of these places are going to get possibly, and I say possibly because I'm not setting this in stone yet. Right now, all of these weather models I've been looking at, doing a little bit of research myself, dotting my I's, crossing my T's to make sure I have a general idea of what's going on. It's looking very probable right now. If you need propane, if you have oil heat, if you have a Mr. Buddy heater, get some extra stuff for that. Because if the power goes out and you're not ready for this, you're going to be in serious trouble. Traveling. If this is going to be that bad, don't be out traveling. Don't be stupid. I get it. If it's the holiday season, you want to spend it with your family, go a couple days before. Get the jump on it. Because if you get stuck out on some highway somewhere in the cold, and, you're stuck there for days, how are you going to survive? Do you have an emergency kit in your car? Do you have tools? Do you have, the necessary things to stay warm? If it's, say a trapper hat, a baklava, do you have scarves? Do you have the right kind of gloves? Do you have extra pants? Do you have extra shirts? Do you have long johns? all of these things, because this is going to be a doozy the way it's looking. And, I don't make videos like this very often unless I know for sure something's up. And with the preppers in the community, you guys and gals have not really said much about this. One prepper I know of, I'm not going to tag anybody because I'm not a big channel yet. Again, I'm trying to get my channel back up to where it was at 10,000, but it's going to take a while. I can't make content on the regular because, I have to take care of my priorities. My last channel was doing so well, and then YouTube had to be, that So I got to work on this as much as I can when I can. Back to my point. You preppers need to get on the ball here. Everybody's worried about Russia, Ukraine, this and that, China. We got to put that on hold for a little bit right now. This is a situation right in our backyard that can get pretty bad. And we're not paying attention. Like, I've talked to a couple people already about this. They're like, oh, I didn't hear about nothing on this on the local news. Because you're not going to hear about it on the local news. They're going to give you weather for 2 days, maybe 3. And I'm sorry, meteorologists these days are not very accurate. The ones on YouTube are more accurate than the ones on our local news channels, and that's sad. We got to take the time right now to get in order with this situation, because I've been hearing as well, and I didn't get a chance to really look into this enough, but the blizzard of 1978, it's supposed to be as bad as this, if not worse. So think about it. Are you ready for this? And I know a lot of people ain't. We're all worried about Christmas and the holidays, which, I understand that. We're all busy people. But still, you got to think of your personal priorities first. Holidays are one thing. Me personally, my priorities got to come first. Having plans and being ready to go for this type of thing, because this is going to be bad. It's like to hear of an area like Montana, negative 65 degrees with a wind chill. If you're out there for maybe like a couple of minutes, you're going to die. Frostbite. And I've seen so many people who are not ready, and they're just like, I never expected this to happen. Why didn't the news or TV tell me this? This is 2022, folks. You're not going to get it on television. You're going to see what they want you to see, what they want you to hear. They want to control you. That's why people like us exist, because we want to know what's currently going on, because we have the mindset to handle these type of situations. We're not going to panic. We just want to be ready to handle it. I hope you guys are too. And ladies, of course. Because this one, it's going to be a doozy if it plays out right. So I urge you all to get ready for this one. If you're in the prepping world by now, or if you're new, I can give you knowledge if you need it. But I think by now a lot of us should have the basic mindsets and prepping knowledge of what to do with this type of event. Hunkering down for a few days. Because, this storm is going to be bad until probably next Monday coming up. Thankfully, it's not going to be a long-term event. It's going to warm back up. But it's going to be a rough few days from Thursday until at least next Monday. And this is for most of the U.S. Besides the Southwest. That's the only area that's not looking like it's going to be affected from this. So you guys over there on the West Coast and the South, over in that region, you're going to be good. But the rest of us are going to have it rough here. This cold air is scary. And I hope you guys and gals are ready to deal with it. If I hear any more important information, I'll post another video when I get a chance. But I'm very busy. It's currently 5:30 in the morning. I got to get myself going for the day. It's going to be a busy one. So I am the Anonymous Prepper, and I'm out.